So there's 100, so we should be getting 86,000 divided by 124,000. Okay, so let me just try it like this first. And let's see what number we get here. So we get 86,030, that's good. And then if I switch this to black total, hit apply, I get 124. Okay, so that's right. Okay. And maybe I should do it as divided by, oh, it doesn't matter. I could do it like this, I think. Let's see what that gives me now. 6. Okay. So if the COVID vaccine date equals the max COVID vaccine date, then give me the black total. Oh, no, wait, this shouldn't be black total. This should be black cumulative. I'm still getting the wrong number. Okay. What the heck? What am I doing wrong here? And it wouldn't be an average. Yeah, that's not going to matter. So if I do sum, and let me get rid of this again, and hit apply, that gives me the latest value, which is what I'm looking for. Okay, maybe I'll do it like this. I'll make this a bit easier. Okay, and then let's make this one black total. Okay, this should work now. But I'm still getting 4. For each age range, give me the black cumulative and give me the black total. Okay, so let me just delete that. And I get my 124, 810. So what is going on here? No, I shouldn't need to do that. So maybe I do need to, because it's aggregating together. Yeah, I think that's what it's doing. Okay, so black latest percent of total, and then default properties, number format, percentage, 1 decimal. Okay, there we go. Okay, great. So what was happening there is because I had it fixed on age range, it was calculating each of the percentages for each individual age range and then adding them together. So what I first needed to do is add the populations together. So my order of operations was wrong. Okay, so let's duplicate that and let's call this mixed. So again, the first thing it's doing is first is checking to see if it's on the last date. If it is, give me the mixed total, but it's doing it for each age group. So I need it to add up each of the different age groups. So that's what that part is doing there. And then this should be mixed total. And duplicate, edit. This is very tedious. Other cumulative. Let's see, latest, so duplicate. And then this one is South Asian. And then unknown. Where'd it go? Duplicate, edit. right. Okay, and then the last one is white. All right. Right, okay, so what I was trying to do here then is I should be able to just, let me just put text on here. So 68, let's drop that on top. Mixed, other, South Asian, unknown, white. There we go. Okay, and then I could maybe sort those. And now we see the percent of total. So if I move the measure names there, I can see them across the view. So I'm going to also put measure names on the text. And if I can make this a nice big number, so I can make that maybe 24. And let's set it to fit width. Okay. Okay, so fit width. So what this is now telling me, I'm probably going to have to change the names of these fields, but it tells me, what's the latest. So let's call this the latest vaccination rate. Okay, so that might be useful for us. I'm going to go ahead and hide the header and get rid of the tooltips. Okay. Okay. But we could maybe come back in and edit those later. So that's good. And then we've got that. We can break it down by age if we wanted to as well. I mean, but I think that gets quite busy. So maybe age is a filter on here. And for now, I'll say all. And then let's show the filter. Okay, so we get something like that. And then we could just, get rid of them if we want. Okay, so we now have, and let's say we want to, let's apply this to everything. So now we go over here. Okay. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Well, I'm going to need a dashboard eventually. So that gives us our latest vaccination rate. This gives us, what am I looking at here? Percent of total. That's for all age ranges. Is that right? 99, 94.17, 94.2. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so, and I'm going to go ahead and format these numbers. Percent of total. Is that right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Let's make it a percentage to 1 decimal. And now we should see 94.2%. Okay, very good. So that gives us that. Let me duplicate this. And if we change this to let's see, let me just do it with one race for now, one ethnicity. And if I make this a difference, so going across the view, so this would be like the daily change. So edit table calc. Okay. So this is looking at my daily change. So we can see that there was a 2% increase day over day from from March 19th to March 20th. I could maybe make this weekly. Let's see what that does. Okay. I think the daily looks pretty good. And then if I bring on, let's bring on the white, and then let's add table calc difference, and then compute using COVID date. Okay, does that help us at all? What if I put it like that? So that doesn't really help us at all. Okay, what if I do it like that? And then should be good. Because they're all kind of taking the same pattern. Okay, let me just see what happens here. Percent white, let's see, black, percent of total, mixed percent of total, other, South Asian, unknown. Let's bring those on here as well. And difference, can we using COVID date? Difference, compute using COVID date. Difference, compute using COVID date. And then last one, difference, compute using COVID date. Okay, so now I'm going to edit the axes and I'm going to make them all the same. So I'm going to set them all to be uniform. And I'm doing that so I can see the peaks and the valleys differently. So we can see, this is giving us the change, the daily change. So this would be our daily change. And I wonder if it'd be better to have it go like that. No, that's probably not very good. And then this one, if we put measure names here, okay, daily change. So there's that. So if I now look at just 50 to 54, I can see when the 50 to 54s have been vaccinated. So let's format this and make it a percentage to 0 decimals. Okay. Let's see, what's interesting about this now is, let's add to context and let's show the filter. Is that for different age groups, you can see the peaks move. So if I put age range across the view as well, we can see the peaks kind of shift as the okay, so what if I do all and I put age range on color? Okay, that gives me a mess. Okay, I find this kind of interesting though. So if I make this area, and what if I set this back to weekly? Yeah, I don't know if I love that or not. Okay, let me just take age range back off. Anyway, okay, so that's that. That's our daily change. Let's see. I wonder if we could look at it as maybe a heat map. So if I go year, quarter, month, day, it's 2020. And let's say fit width and put the age range here. And let's do, let's just do black percent of total and color. So you can see how the different age ranges came in at different times. Okay. So we get rid of quarter, get rid of month. What if we make this week number? Right. Okay. So what happens if I put mixed percent of total? And then what I could do is I can have a, this is how I do it. I can have a separate color legend for each of the races. So let me put measure names before. Okay, let's try this here. Black, mixed, other, South Asian, unknown, and white. Okay, let's fit entire view. They all look like they generally have the same pattern. I don't really think I need combine legends. Here we go. Yeah, so this is Let's set it to go from 0 to 1, which I think makes a bit of sense. And then what do they say? What's the rate of, what's the word I'm looking for? It's when you have, oh gosh, what the heck is it? It's when you have like the mass it's called, what is it called? Oh gosh. It's when kind of the mass of the population is, so it's like when you get to 70% of the population, it's called, oh god, what the heck is the word I'm thinking of? It's, what the heck's the word I'm looking for? It's called, oh god, what's the word I'm looking for? I wonder if anyone can think of the word I'm looking for. It's when a majority of enough of the population has been immunized so that the whole population is considered immunized. What the heck is the word I'm looking for? Oh god, it's driving me crazy now. And it was what kind of New York had. It's New York. New York just had that. New York COVID vaccine opening. Oh, what the heck is the word I'm looking for? Let's see, maybe it's in here. Okay, emergent. Nope, that's not what I'm looking for. I'm doing a terrible job of explaining the word I'm looking for, and it's going to drive me crazy now. Continue. Gotta hate all this stuff. Okay, it's called. Okay, what is the? Oh God! Hopefully, one of you can think of one of you watching can think of the word that I'm thinking of. It's New York reopening. It's when you hit the 70% mark. I forget what that's called. Let's see, learn more. Oh God, it's gonna drive me crazy. Okay. Oh, it's herd immunity. Okay, herd immunity percentage. Okay. Okay. There's generally, I thought it was like 70%. The people for polio, the threshold is 80%. Okay. Let me try it again. So herd immunity COVID percentage. Threshold is 60 to 70%. Okay, so let's say it's 70%. Okay, sorry. The whole reason I was doing that is because I want to put this center at 0.7. And then we can see when each of them have hit those. Yeah, so this now shows us the rate when each of them hit. So you can see 50 to 54s have still not hit 70%. So this would be our herd immunity. Okay, sorry, that took me quite a while to get that out. Right, so that I don't think that's too bad. All right. So, and then what we could do, I kind of like the look of this one, but I think we need to sort the measures by the ones that have the. So let's just make sure it goes. So it goes white, South Asian, unknown, white, South Asian, unknown, unknown, mixed, other, and black. Okay, so this is the same order that they go in. And if we switch the age range around, we could see there's, yeah, okay. Okay, this is good. I think I like this. I wonder if a different color theme would be better. Maybe red to black or something. Do I have a red to black color theme? Red to black. Here we go. Let's reverse that. That's good. Useful color range. Okay, I don't like that as much though. That's not very good. I just want to do red, black, not red, white, black. Red, black, white. I just want to do red, black. There we go. Let's try this one. Okay. And let's make this a much more pure black. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So yeah, I think that's pretty good. This is by week. If I make this by day, and then let's make it discrete. I don't think it'll, does that show it pretty well? What do you think, by day or by week? Let me switch this back then. Let me just duplicate it. And then I'm going to switch this one to week. Okay, which one looks a bit better? I guess they pretty much look the same. Yeah, that's fine. We'll just go with the week. Okay, so we got the latest vaccination rate. We've got that. So if I flip this, this would go down the view, and that might line up nice and neat with each of these. Yeah, and I don't think I really need to worry about these cumulative curves. I think I'm going to just, yeah, so let's just go with that. So I'm going to delete that layout. And let's see, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have, this is my daily, so this is my weekly rate. Okay. And I want to use these two sheets. And I wonder if I got rid of the age range on here, and then I duplicate this, and I'm going to put measured names onto the rows. Yeah, that's not going to work. Okay, let's go back. Okay, so we got that. All right, so let me just drag on a box here. Whoa, big lightning. I don't know if you can hear that thunder in the background. I'm going to bring in a text box. So this would be my Actually, I'm doing it by ethnicity first. Okay. All right, I'm going to put a blank in here to use as a line. I'm going to set this with a background. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to allow them to have a filter. So I'm going to have a left to right, and this is going to first have the weekly rate, and then the latest vaccine. So the question is, do I put that on the left? Okay, so this is latest view. Okay, so let's edit the width of this one to be, let's just set it to 70. Okay. Right, so I need to go in here and I need to change these labels. So let's go ahead and edit the aliases. So white, latest percent of total. I'm just going to call this one white. Unknown. Okay, that should do it, I think. Yep. And then let me format this view. Get rid of the shading. Get rid of the dividers. And I want to make sure I turn off sorting. And then on this one, I'll make sure I turn off sorting as well. Okay, so now I can hide the titles for these. Okay, so vaccine date. All right, and I think what I'm going to do here, I think maybe instead of having this, I could do weeks since, number of weeks. So this could be like 1 through whatever. So it's how many weeks did it take. So let's see, how many weeks did it take to get vaccinated? So let's call this one first week. So this is going to be the min, let's see. So this is going to be the min date par, date trunk, week of COVID date. So that's going to give me the first week. Okay, so this would be weeks since first week. All right, so I have that, and now I'm going to do date, date diff. My date part is going to be week. This is my start date, and then my end date is going to be this here. Okay, so that's going to give me the number of weeks since the start date. And if I put that here instead, yeah, the graph shouldn't change, but you see this now. I get rid of that, and now we just have the number of weeks since it started. So let me show you that calculation again. So what I'm doing is I'm first getting the first week. So what date is the first week? And then I want to compare all other weeks to that week and see how many weeks have elapsed. So think of this as like elapsed weeks. So maybe if I rename that as elapsed weeks, maybe that'll make a bit more sense. And then what I could do is on the tooltip, I'm going to put the, let's see, put that, why did I do that? Oh, that's because it's splitting across the years. Okay, that's fine. So default, let's create a custom date. We're going to call this week, and week number, date value. Okay, so if I put that onto the tooltip, I should now see the week as we go across. Okay, good. All right, so then in my tooltip, what do I want to have here? I want to have, let's see, I want to have the week. So the age range, the elapsed weeks, and then the measure value. So let's just see what that looks like. Okay, so let's format this. And let's do custom. Okay, so now when I hover over, I should see. Oh, why did that do that? I think I did it in the wrong spot. You do it here in the pane. Okay, there we go. All right, and I could say week of that. I could call this weeks since first vaccine. Let me put age range up here. Okay, preview. Okay, so these then can all be formatted to be a percentage. There we go. Okay, great. All right, so that's going to look a lot neater now. And this needs to have some kind of dummy header to line up with these weeks. So I'm going to go back in here, and I'm just going to put in a dummy header, and then hide the field labels. And that should get everything to line up nice and neat. And now I can hide these headers as well. But maybe on this one, I should have my row dividers. So let's clear that. Increase. Okay. And then I'm going to go into my formatting and remove the right. And then on this one, I'm going to remove the left. That way the lines touch each other and it looks like one chart. Okay, so why don't I, let's see, show field labels, oops. And let's, okay. So I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to actually have this say latest. Right. Okay, so now I go in here, I've got a nice little column header for each of these. So age range, I'm just going to rename that as age range. Okay, and now I have my, so in the background, you'll see I now have this tiled container. So let's go ahead and, let's see, we want to go inside of that. And then you see we've got this guy. So let's float that one. This is just the one that has our measure names and our color legend. Okay. All right, so let's format this legend. Okay, that's fine. Oops. So where could I put my legends and my filters? Maybe I can stick them up here. I don't think I want to go any wider with the dashboard, so let me make this a bit smaller. then I'm going to bring in a horizontal container. Move that into that container. Move this into here. And then move that into there. Okay, so something like that for now. Okay, so let's go to this sheet, vaccination rate. And let's see, format. The axis is going to be, okay. And then the pane is going to be, okay, good. All right, so we're good there. So this could be, and let's make that maybe 8. And I'm going to set it to be layout multiple rows. And then let's edit the width here. Edit width. And let's make it maybe 100. No. Okay, something like that. We could make this a multiple drop-down list. Let's center that. Okay, and then I'm going to put a little divider line in between these two. So edit width. And let's make a nice little background. But what I want to do is I want to have a bit more space on the one side, so okay, great. So now the whole dashboard, so that should be pinned. That is pinned. What? How wide is this one? This one is, come on, let's make it 150. And let's make this one 150. Wow, it is really raining. Okay. And now if I make the whole dashboard a bit bigger, and let's maybe center. Okay. All right. Okay, so let me format this. So this is, that's just going, that's the second gray from the bottom. But I want it to just be Tableau book. So it matches this header. Let's see, let me undo that. Field labels. Okay, so that should be, and let's make that Tableau book. God, the formatting takes forever. Okay, why don't I just do it like this, make them all just black. Okay. Yeah, so any thoughts? What do you think? Does this, you know, we can see that so I could put something in here, something like, I think there was some commentary in here, home vaccine coverage. Papers trends. Let's see if there's anything in here. Thinking for maybe like a subtitle or something. NHS England. Okay. Okay. Okay, substantial divergence in vaccination by ethnicity. Ethnicities are there are substantial differences by which ethnicities are being vaccinated, particularly whites versus blacks. Okay. All right, so if I make this maybe 9 point so it fits. There we go. All right. So yeah, I think I like that. This, of course, didn't stay centered because Tableau decides it doesn't want to do that sometimes. And I should save. Maker Monday 2021. COVID vaccination rates by ethnicity, and age in the UK. I probably should put here as well. Make sure it's clear that it's the UK. I'm pretty sure it's all of the UK, but let's just double check that. This is NHS England. Okay, so maybe it is just England. Let me just double check. That's the data. Okay, least outputs doesn't say there. Okay. Vaccine types, second doses. Okay. I don't think it says if it's just England. Ethnicity coverage. Footnotes. Let's see here. Not eligible groups. Because I don't know if it's necessarily the entire UK or if it's just England. Oh, weekly report. Yeah, it's just England. Okay. So I need to change the title. COVID vaccine. In England. Okay, so let's make the whole dashboard a bit wider. Okay, and I think we can now, let's edit the width of this. Let's make this maybe 175. Put a bit of padding on each side. Okay, something like that. Vaccination, yeah, I spelled everything right. So let's save. And I'll change I probably should change the title of this. I'm going to change it to be in England. So file, save. Oh, that's okay. I could do it before I publish. Okay, so I think that's it. I'm happy with how far this got. I'm going to put it in full screen and see if hopefully I can see the whole thing. Okay, I can't. Oh, there we go. Oh, I need to add on my my footer for the data source. So let's put on the footer. This would be so data source is, let's see, open safely. Okay. There we go. What does that look like now? Yeah, I think I'm happy with that. So I hope you all found that useful. Not too many questions today, but maybe that's okay. And yeah, I guess that's it. Everybody have a great week. Bye.